Top 10 places you should never swim. Swimming has been the favorite activity of most of us. As a matter of fact, experts suggest that the 2500 BC dated paintings found in the walls of Egypt shows people swimming. Who wouldn't love it anyway? Who can resist the invitation of clear waters and the relaxing sound of the flow? Unless you are suffering from a trauma or a rare condition called aquagenic urtica, wherein water-related activities are so painful, like drinking, bathing, and even washing. Professional or not, swimming has been regarded as one of the best activities to do during a vacation, and a useful technique in some therapies. Some take it seriously by taking lessons, and some are good at it that they can even do different strokes. Did you know that swimming can burn 40% more calories in your body than biking outside for an hour and 30% more than running? That's because every muscle in our body is involved when we are swimming. There are plenty of places where we can swim, like rivers, lakes, beaches, natural pools, and man-made pools. But what if we tell you that there are places where it is not safe to swim or not allowed? It is good to know before deciding to go to these places anyway, and if you want to know why, don't switch channels and stay tuned. You might also want to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. In today's video, we will reveal the top 10 places you should never swim, so stay focused so you won't be missing any details. Starting our countdown with our number 10 is the Lake Karachay in Russia. Lakes are mostly calm and peaceful. But what if we tell you that there is a lake in Russia called Karachay that can give you an eternal rest in peace for someone who will swim in this lake after an hour? Scary, right? This lake can be found in the middle of Russia and has been taking the lives of many people who are too adventurous to try this lake. But what they didn't know is that this lake is one of the most poisonous lakes in the world because of its high toxic level. According to studies, the Russian government have polluted the lake with toxic waste over the years. To prevent more death, the government is filling it with concrete to kill the lake. What a sad fortune for the innocent lake that was once home for water creatures. Distracting on number 9 is the Sunhole in Thailand. We all know how Mother Nature blessed Thailand with its amazing coastlines that are incomparable in the world. As a matter of fact, tourists enjoy their stay in this country for its amazing sights for swimming, snorkeling, sailing, and diving. But there is only one place you should avoid, according to them, which is Sunhole. But why do they forbid the tourists to go there? The answer is the depth of the hole or the underwater cave. It is actually the deepest part of the country, and of course, divers find the path so dark with minimal visibility. If you will try to dive down the hole, don't expect to find the way out easily, for you will be missing your way out. Threatening on number 8 is the Horseshoe Lake in California, USA. We are aware that California is a home for numerous lakes, but among all lakes, swimming in Horseshoe Lake should never cross your mind. If you are curious enough, we will tell you why. Well, after a series of earthquakes happened in the region, the unexplainable huge amount of carbon dioxide surrounded the area. This has also affected the neighboring areas of the lake. To prevent the people from feeding their curiosity, signs have been posted near the region, warning them to stay away for it can harm anyone near it, especially those who are suffering from lung diseases. Well, of course, not all people comply. There are cases of death reported in the region for swimming in the lake. From clear waters, now a polluted river. Here is our number 7, the Rio Tinto in Spain. Water is life. It can sustain life and can be used for different purposes. But what if it can kill you from just swallowing it? This is the case in Rio Tinto, that is located in Spain. Some people in this area have abused the lands to its extreme by mining it and causing pollution to the river. Rio Tinto is now unimaginably polluted, at the same time poisonous to anyone who will try to plunge and accidentally intake a small amount of the water. If you are trying to imagine how polluted this river is, it can dissolve a dead body quickly. So, if you love your life, stay away from this place. Swallowing a number 6 is the Eagle's Nest Sinkhole in Florida, USA. From the word sinkhole, most of us will be frightened enough to take a risk in swimming in this place. But unfortunately, there are adventure seekers who brave the warning from this place and end up losing their lives. 10 have been reported dead for trying to reach the bottom of its surface, which is estimated 300 feet. To avoid more curious divers or swimmers to explore more on the dangerous hole, they have closed it recently and more warning signs were placed to warn the visitors. So, if you are really curious, think twice if you want to risk your life just to see the bottom. Dragging a number 5 is the Strid in UK. For nature lovers, green means good, and this is what you can see in the Strid of United Kingdom. It might look appealing to your eyes, but believe the warnings of the locals. This river stream has the ability to suck anyone who tries to dip from its bottom because of its strong current. If you think that you are lucky enough to float, don't be, because there are sharp rocks and twisted turns that are on your way and ready to knock you unconscious. And of course, death follows. So remember, not all green is good for us, so stay away from it. Alluring on number 4 is the Reunion Island near Madagascar. Have you heard about the shark attack capital of the world? Well, now you heard it. This innocent-looking place is not far from that, since it is not too far from the Shark Alley of South Africa. This place is just a small island but kind of dangerous to dip in. If you have watched the movie Deep Blue Sea, Meg, Shallow, and more, this place could make those a reality. Shark attacks on this small island jump to 39, but if you don't want it to be 40, well, don't ever think of swimming there no matter how enchanting and calm the waters are. Unpredictable on number 3 is the Beach of the Dead in Oaxaca, Mexico. Okay, let's cut it out. It is not what you think. There are no flesh-eating zombies on this beach that are hunting the locals, and this is not an ancient burial site. They call it a Beach of the Dead because the tides and currents are unpredictable, making it almost impossible to swim. Do not be fooled by its pristine-looking water, for it can smash you before the big rocks onto the shore. Good thing, the swimmers are regulated because lifeguards are paying attention to them. According to locals, there are times in a year where you can't even dip your toes in the shallow because it's too unpredictable. So don't fantasize swimming in this paradise-looking place if you don't want it to be your last. Alluring on number 2 is the Lake Victoria of Tanzania and Uganda. We heard about the cave in Vietnam that has its own ecosystem and weather, but maybe not a lake with its own distinct climate, right? It is amazing how nature works in mysterious ways. This calm and peaceful-looking lake that, in reality, has taken the lives of 5,000 people every year. No wonder it is hailed as the most dangerous lake in the world. In a matter of a minute, the calm lake can produce a thunderstorm that is dangerous for swimmers. It can also overturn boats and stranded passengers. How can a lake do that, right? So, if you are on an adventure trip, don't let your instinct lead you this way. From number 10 to number 2, we learned that not all places are good for swimming. Some may be good looking, but danger lies at the bottom of it. But if you think we are done giving you the most dangerous places to see, hold your breath because here is our number 1. Topping our countdown for today is the Amazon Basin. Amazon is full of surprises. From its unusual plants to unusual animals and insects, you can tell yourself that this place is a cradle of life. But what if we tell you that it also takes someone else's life? To be specific, it's Basin. The Amazon Basin has a total area of 2.7 million square miles. It is so big that you can even put 2 Congo rivers in its huge stretches. No wonder it can sustain different life forms, right? If you find yourself attracted to the beauty of the scenery and receives an invitation to take a dip in the waters, refuse, unless you want to be a snack for the hungry flesh-eating piranhas, eels, anacondas, or be an appetizer to the flock of alligators, flesh-burrowing kangaroos, and catfishes that are willing to enter in your body's openings. Don't you think these are enough reasons to avoid the waters of the Amazon Basin? No matter what reason or how scary these places are to us, sure, they place a huge job in our ecosystem and has been sustaining life to other creatures. These places exist for a unique purpose, although it might not be clear to us now, but in the future, it will all make sense. Which of these places took your attention? Or do you know more places where swimming isn't a good idea? Tell us in our comment section below and we will be glad to read them all. This has been our countdown for the top 10 places you should never swim. Join us again next time for another exciting and informative videos. Ciao!